Matt and Des, I got something for you. Let's go either or with some of the players who will be drafted in round one. Starting with you, Des. Who would you rather have, Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase?
I tell you what, I love Jamar Chase. I thought he was fantastic 2 years ago when he played. But, man, this Kyle Pitts, he's just such an irregular talent. Like, this guy is a guy who, he doesn't come around often. He's such a freak athlete at the tight end position. He's completely a wideout in a tight end's body. Great routes, excellent hands. He doesn't catch the ball. He plucks it out of the air. I would have to go with Kyle Pitts.
And how about the two Alabama guys, Jaylen Waddle or Devonta Smith? Des, which one you got?
Greeny, you know I got to roll with my Heisman fraternity brother, Devonta Smith, a.k.a. the Slim Reaper. I mean, he just had a phenomenal season. He can do it all. Both guys, they have, like, some issues as far as their size because Devonta's only 172 soaking wet, and obviously Jaylen Waddle is shorter than 6 feet. But my man Devonta Smith, he's a gamer. He's a playmaker. I got to go with the Slim Reaper.
And then the quarterback, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, who you got?
I like Zach Wilson, man. I just love everything that he brings to the team, to the offense. You know, he's a player who plays with an edge. You can tell he's out there to prove all the doubters wrong. He can make all the throws. He has great talent. He can run, but he doesn't want to run. He runs to extend plays, looking down the field all the time. I think I would have to go with Zach Wilson, though, you know, you can't go wrong with Justin Fields after his pro day yesterday. He's a phenomenal talent, too.
Look, Mel and McShay have both told us they expect quarterbacks to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 in this draft, and then who knows, 5 is going to go pretty quickly as well. So what we're doing is splitting hairs between these guys. They're all going to go in the first half of the first round of the NFL draft. That shows you what the NFL think of them. Meanwhile, we got another game to play here with Des and Matt this time. I was bringing him into it. Matt, if we look at these quarterbacks, tell me the one that you could see wind up turning out to be the Mitchell Trubisky, the biggest risk, if you will, of it going wrong for the young player in this draft.
I feel bad for doing this to you, Greeny, but I think it is Zach Wilson. And it's not just because he's most likely going to the New York Jets, but if you had bet on the New York Jets first-round picks busting over the last 20 years, you'd be a very rich man right now. It just hasn't worked out for them. So Zach Wilson, also, we have to worry about the one-year wonder. I'm with this. Watching him play, he's the most fun quarterback to watch in the 2021 draft class, without a doubt. But it is one-year production against bad teams. You go back to 2019, against Utah, wasn't pretty. Against Washington, wasn't pretty. So we're really looking at a guy a lot like Mitchell Trubisky who had that one great year. And we're hoping that you can catch that lightning in a bottle and say he's only going to get better with NFL coaching. We put some NFL wide receivers around him. But if he goes to a team like the Jets, or you could even say to other teams like the Falcons, where he might have to develop a little bit more, I think that there is that boom or bust nature to Zach Wilson's game.
Okay, it's worth keeping a close eye on. The next one, Desmond, is for you. Just a few years ago, there were 5 quarterbacks that went in round 1, and Lamar Jackson was the last of those, and a year later, he was the MVP of the league. So who could be this year's Lamar Jackson?
I will have to look at Trey Lance, and I'm not saying a year later he's going to be the MVP of the league, but I just think that his upside is tremendous. I mean, he's a guy who reminds me of Donovan McNabb. You know, he can throw inside the pocket, outside the pocket. He's a big quarterback. He's always a threat to run. And don't forget, coming out of high school, no one really wanted to give him a chance to play quarterback, but he stuck to his guns. He wanted to be a quarterback. Now he's put himself in a position to be a top draft pick, a first-day draft pick, and I still think he plays with that chip on his shoulder with a lot to prove. So I think it could be Trey Lance.
That's an interesting one. And look, if San Francisco takes him at 3, I don't think it will stun anybody. Meanwhile, Matt, last one is for you here. Jordan Love was the quarterback who got drafted in the first round last year, and we have not seen him since. Who do you think could be this year's Jordan Love?
Yeah, it's tough because we're not going to see anyone fall to pick number 26 overall like Jordan Love did, or 32 like Lamar Jackson did. So I would say whoever goes to Atlanta could be that quarterback who's drafted, and then we kind of forget about it. Now, you guys were talking earlier about Aaron Rodgers' contract. What that means for Jordan Love will be interesting. But Matt Ryan is under contract for 2 more years after the restructure that he just recently did. So whether it's Trey Lance or Justin Fields, I think those are probably 2 of the favorites right now to go number 4 to the Atlanta Falcons. We may not see them play for half of their rookie deal, which makes it a very, very interesting situation.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.